All right. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2023 Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana Service Unit Cookie Manager Training. We are so honored to have you with us here today. My name is Angela Foster, and I am a member of the product program team. Here with me tonight is one of the amazing teams to work with, at least in my opinion, that is the rest of the members of the product program team. We have Sherry Lambert, we have Sherry Millard, we have Conchetta Jones, and we have Val. The two other members of our team won't be able to join us tonight, but we know that they are here with us in Girl Scout spirit. But we are so honored tonight to have with us, all the way from Little Brownie, our vendor rep, Anne. So, hello, Anne.
Hi, Angela. Thanks for having me and welcome everyone. I'm going to get started right off with our cookie training. Okay, Angela, we have this problem every year.
I know,
Okay,
I know.
thank you. I
Sure.
appreciate it. Just a quick agenda for everyone tonight. We're going to do a review of 2022 because you did have an amazing sale. The girls were out there in awesome form. We are going to talk about 2023 cookies, theme and updates, show you some of the rewards that have been chosen for the girls, 2023 program updates, resources, and then a question and answer session at the end. So just to give you a little bit of history on where the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana landed for the 2022 program, the girls pulled it together and sold 3.577 million packages. That was a 24% increase over the year before. So to go from 2.89 million to 3.577 million is absolutely amazing. And I can hardly wait for you guys to get to the 4 million plus next season. You did see a 3% increase in the PGA. So you went from the girls selling 153 packages on average to selling 158 packages on average. So when we talk about girls selling, council grew 20% in girls to over 22,509 girls. And with that came an 81% participation rate. So 81% of the girls that were available to sell did sell. And that outpaced both the Little Brownie, all of our councils selling. They had an increase of a total of 8.6. So to be up 20% is just incredible. And then all of the Little Brownie councils, the participation rate's about 76%. So again, outpacing the market. In terms of digital cookie sales, you have not been on the platform for as long as a lot of other councils. However, you continue to grow every year. There was another 22% increase in digital sales. Girls Delivered, that is the way to go, in my opinion, all the time, because parents certainly do like delivering cookies that have already been paid for. Your participation rate for digital cookie is 74%, and the girls had a PGA of 108. And believe it or not, 50% of the volume sold at the council was digital last year. So that is a great way for girls to get out there and sell and use their tech skills that they've learned to send out emails and sell cookies. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an update in terms of shipping from Little Brownie. So your troop cookies, which I believe have already arrived to the service units, were shipped via UPS. Anything that comes out of the bakery in terms of cookies will be shipped UPS moving forward, as they always have been. We did make a change. We have made a change. When you start to receive rewards from us, those will be shipped via FedEx. So you will receive an email from both platforms when you're to receive something, but I did want to let you know that when you start receiving FedEx emails, that it is from Little Brownie and it will be the rewards at the end of the season. So when we look into the 2022 I am all messed up on my dates. I apologize. When we look at the 2023 season, this Girl Scout cookie season, we are ready to go bright ahead. So our theme for 2023 is go bright ahead. Now the best part of the night are cookies. So who's ready to rally around a new Girl Scout cookie? I know that we sure are. So introducing Raspberry Rally. You did receive Raspberry Rallies as a troop cookie, so there are boxes, one for every troop. It is baked with a pink raspberry flavored center and dipped in a chocolatey coating. Consumers crave raspberry, and it appeals to all types of Girl Scout cookie consumers. The cookie and the package identify raspberry to the consumer. It is a plum colored package, and when you open that package, the raspberry aroma just makes you, I mean, it really smells good. It is a bright pink base cookie. So it is very similar to Thin Mints, except it's not a Thin Mint. Package is the same. There's 2 sleeves in the carton, same case count. The only difference is it's raspberry. It is vegan. I do want to let everybody know it is baked on the Thin Mint line. So we do have our second vegan option with the Raspberry Rally. This is the Girl Scout cookie. This Girl Scout cookie is offered exclusively online for shipping only. It's alleviating any handling from the volunteers and the girls. There's no inventory for you to manage, and it's an opportunity for the girls to learn about and participate in that online shopping trend. And we're hoping that that 74% participation digital cookie goes up for 2023. Raspberry Rally is going to be treated different than the other cookies on the order card. So as you can see from this example, there's no Raspberry Rally columns, and it's only featured at the bottom of the order card. And at the bottom, there's a piece that talks about Raspberry Rally and explains what kind of cookie it is. But we did leave a square so that a girl and her parent, guardian, or caregiver can go to her digital cookie site and pull the QR code down and print it and put it on her order card. So as she's going door to door, she can explain that there is a new cookie, it's available for shipped only, and she can show them the QR code and they can pull out their phones and take a picture of it and have access to her online digital site. So GSUSA debuted the Raspberry Rally this year, and it is, as I mentioned, online only with limited availability. We want to really see how the people respond to having an online only cookie. The fall product vendors both have online options that everybody can order if they want to go online. So they want to see how it goes with a cookie. Realistically, it means that not everyone will be able to easily have access to that new cookie. And we expect that the limited supply will run out quickly. Our experience this year will inform the next cookie season. So thank you for your patience as we navigate through this GSUSA pilot. So here is your cookie lineup for 2023. As I've talked about, Raspberry Rally is a vegan cookie and is for online shipment only. We are back with Girl Scout s'mores. The other baker has retired their Girl Scout s'mores, so don't be confused. We still do have ours. We still do have Toffee-tastic. It continues to grow every year. And even if you don't have the need for gluten-free cookies, this one is really very good. We're back again with Adventurefuls, and we're super excited about that. And then we have our 6 core cookies. These are just some fun facts. You're welcome to use them at your training. You can use them as trivia. One of the most popular questions is how many Thin Mints do you make in a day? Well, during peak season, we make 4.9 million Thin Mint cookies a day. So as that, we know it's the most popular Girl Scout cookie. So right now is peak season for us because we are baking for all of our councils. So we're generating the 4.9 million cookies a day. Trefoils are made with a large rotary dial, and we're able to produce trefoils at a rate of 4,700 cookies per minute. So just think of that big wheel going around and cutting out all of the trefoils. So Little Brownie and Ferrera are very committed to a sustainable cookie program. So what you'll see on the screen in the next couple of slides is our new corrugate case for Thin Mints. It contains 18% less material overall and 26% more recycled material. We're starting this season with Thin Mints, and the new design is improving the durability of those cases. We have joined the recycling partnership, and we're further developing the recycling infrastructure across the country. Our goal at Ferrero and Little Brownie is that all of our packaging is made from post-consumer recycled material that's recyclable, reusable, and compostable by the year 2025. And with this, we're well on our way. So this is just an example of the case. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. We want it to be more sustainable. So this is, you'll see in the illustrations on the right-hand side, kind of how to open it. So where you had an opening on the bottom and an opening on the top, it's a little bit different. The glue is on the sides, and that's what's making the case stronger and more durable. And it has a tear away. So you can see kind of in the photo or the illustration on the top left, you just tear away from that and then detach and it opens. And the really cool thing is it does interlock back, and you can use the handles to grab onto it. We had a couple people playing with the case last night in the in-person training, and it definitely is more durable. They put some weight on it with their hands. It does interlock to close. I keep saying like a cereal box, but it's just like a cookie box. It'll re-interlock to close when you're finished taking cookies out of it. So the next section will be about our resources and the things we have to offer you that will make your lives as volunteers and parents a little bit easier. We are inspiring consumers, supporting the program all season long with different reminders and links, sharing inspirational recipes and tips, and keeping the loyal Samoa's fans engaged all year. We do have a Samoa's Facebook page. I don't know if everybody likes that or everybody knows that. We have over 400,000 members of the Samoa's Facebook community under Samoa Cookies. So if you have a chance, we have, if it's National Peanut Butter Day and the different things about peanut butter, or tips and tricks for during the cookie program. We know social media is really important during the cookie program. So we have toolkits available for you that just make it as easy then as copying, pasting, and posting. We have social media resources in the eBuddy Help Center, as well as on the Little Brownie Baker website. So we're delivering just-in-time tips and resources for volunteers, caregivers, and the entrepreneurs. So everything's at their fingertips. So not only do we have Facebook for Samoa's, we do have a Little Brownie Bakers Facebook page. And then we also have a lot of really great resources, not only for this sale, but from past sales on the Little Brownie Bakers Pinterest page. When we talk about tech, we we mainly talk about eBuddy because that's the inventory management software that you use throughout the sale. We've simplified the Troop user experience this year for the app and the desktop so that they are similar to what you've seen in the past on the app. So remember, we do have a eBuddy app. So if you're having to pick up kids from school or from basketball practice, you can place those pending orders, you can place initial orders, anything you can do on your desktop, you can do on the app. And we do have enhanced experiences and visibilities for cupboards, as well as different reports for the troops and the service units this year. So rallies and inspiration. We always like to show some fun facts about our mascot each year, and this year it's the dolphin. Dolphins are incredible. They are socially skilled, intelligent, agile, joyful, playful creatures that have many emotional similarities as humans. So they live in pods, and pods can be up to 1,000 dolphins. We're really excited about featuring the dolphin this season. So I'd like to introduce you to Coral and Clicker. Coral is our mascot, and she has an embroidered adventureful on her flipper on her back tail. She has a sewn on starfish as well as a blowhole. And then her tag is the Go Bright Ahead, not logo, but theme. And on the other side is Spanish, al dente brillante. And I know I butchered that, and I apologize. My daughter usually says it for me. So, we're bringing in that Spanish and English on both of them. And then we have Clicker, who is her baby, and Clicker's also a screen cleaner. So the fabric on the bottom of her is a screen cleaner. She does have an adventureful on her as well, and that's embroidered. The cool thing is, and I'm sorry we don't have a picture of this, and Sherry was demonstrating the last couple nights. Clicker is actually a puppet. I'm sorry, Coral is actually a puppet, but she also has a little pink hang tag so that Clicker can hang from Coral, because in the wild, baby dolphins swim super close to their moms. So it's really neat when they're together, and like having Coral be the puppet is just an added feature for the girls. So here are just some more examples of a couple other rewards that we have exclusively from Little Brownie. Continuing our commitment to the girls and the environment, the packaging is still recyclable and reusable. I hope that the volunteers and the parents and the girls commented and liked the way we packaged the rewards in 2022. You can see the mood ring set. The girls will receive both mood rings, and the packaging for it comes packaged with the dolphin mood rings in the black and white. And then when the girl opens it, she has a ring holder. The back part has the color key for her different moods. Mainly different cookie moods. And then when she's done with the cardboard piece, it is recyclable. So it is both recyclable and reusable. And then we have inclusive bilingual theme on select rewards. One of the other rewards you can see on the screen is our pocket scrunchie set with our phone stand. The phone stand, we know not all girls have phones, so it can also be a scrunchie holder. The scrunchie set comes with 2 scrunchies, and the one that looks like Coral actually has a zipper on it so that girls can put some money or a key or all of their treasures in that scrunchie when they wear it on their wrist or put it in their hair. This is the girls' order card for this upcoming season. I believe you're all getting ready to, if you haven't already received your sales materials from the council. So you will have the order card in there. This just highlights the different rewards you can earn at the different levels Angela, if you can go the next. And then these are all the rest of the rewards, including those higher level rewards for the girls. One really cool thing about the headlamp is it is rechargeable with a USB. So that you don't have to go looking for a cord or a cable. And last night at our training, it was didn't have any power to it. So I was able to stick it in Val's computer and charge it up. So the charge on it will last about 3 hours. And then again, it was a simple USB charge. So computer, wall brick, anything like that. Okay, thanks. Our rally guide is available on the eBuddy Help Center. We want you to utilize it, whether you're hosting a rally or trying to help troops plan troop meetings. I know for new troop leaders, it's kind of overwhelming to have to think about a new troop and cookies. There are enough activities in this rally guide for a troop for meetings in like November and December leading up to the cookie program. So again, it's in the eBuddy Help Center. It's out there. So whether you're having a service unit rally or you just want some activities for the girls at a troop level, everything is out there and we don't want you to have to recreate the wheel. So remember, everything's in one place. So if you're looking for activities, ideas, or help, just remember the Little Brownie Baker website has social media resources for parents, caregivers, and girls. The eBuddy Help Center has all the resources that you, the service units, and your troops will need. And then our Pinterest page has a lot of great ideas.
Her excitement is high, and her dreams are big. This Girl Scout cookie season, she's ready to go right ahead. And so are her Girl Scout champions. We know Girl Scout cookie entrepreneurs are true forces of nature. They're bold, curious, and bring a goal-getter spirit to every challenge before them, no matter how big or small. Whether she's planning her own cookie stand, or running a booth with her troop, or making a splash on her digital cookie page, Little Brownie Bakers has the tools to help her reach her goals. Here's something else to help her succeed this season: a new Girl Scout cookie. So let's dive in, Girl Scouts, and go right ahead. And remember, Little Brownie is with you the whole way.
Thank you for all that you do for the girls. I cannot wait to see all the results and all the great things that they do this season. And we really are so excited to see them go bright ahead. I know that you are in the best hands possible with Angela, Val, Sherry, and CJ Conchetta, as well as Carl and Susan. So I do wish everybody the best. I will jump off now, but any questions that you have, make sure you talk to the cookie team because I know that they have the answers for you. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much, Anne, for joining us this evening. I don't know about you guys, but we are all here on the product program team. We are super excited about this year's upcoming cookie program. You know, I personally love dolphins and I love all of the rewards that we have to offer our girls. And most importantly, I love our theme too. And I know that the rest of the team does too. Before we kick off to the second half of today's training session, I forgot to mention, we actually have each and every one of you on mute right now, and we have our chat box turned off. We just want to give you an opportunity to hear all the things that we're talking about tonight, and then we'll open up the chat box at the end of tonight's presentation. And plus, tonight's presentation will also be shared with you at the end of the week, which is basically tomorrow. So you'll have a copy of it just in case you've missed something. And so with that, let's go ahead and talk about the things that are council related. If you didn't know, Our cookie program is broken into 2 phases. We have the initial order phase, which kicks off in December. And during that phase, that's typically when the service units should be providing their service unit team, that is troop leaders, etc., and troop cookie managers with cookie training. In addition, if you are the service unit cookie manager, you should be submitting your service unit's delivery station form. That is due in just a few days, so November 1st. But we'll talk a little bit more about delivery in the upcoming slides. November 30th. Please be sure to mark your calendars because that's when we'll be talking about all things digital cookie related. In December, we'll offer a council-related troop cookie manager training. And that's just in case troop leaders in your service unit don't have an opportunity to attend the fabulous training that we know that you're putting together, or maybe they need a refresher. Mark your calendars because our cookie program kicks off December 15th. In January, we'll have our cookie rally, which we'll talk about shortly, followed by delivery. We'll start and kick off the second phase of our cookie program, which is always about the Goal Getter program and the cookie cupboard. In February, we'll continue with delivery. Booths will open for those fabulous cookie booths, and then we'll start the collection of money, which involves our ACH process. And our cookie program will conclude on March 13th. I and the rest of the team are super excited because we get to be back in person for our annual cookie rally. Oh my gosh, the upcoming cookie rally is going to be fabulous. Lots of things that you're familiar with if you've ever attended before, but definitely tons of new and exciting things. Our cookie rally will be at Allstate Arena, and that will be held Saturday, January 7th. We kick off at 3 p.m. and ticket prices are $22 until December 4th, and then afterwards they're $24. That price includes not only your entry into the cookie rally, but also a cookie rally t-shirt, a ticket to the Wolves game, which we all love, and of course a cookie rally patch for our Girl Scouts. The cookie rally is a great opportunity for troops to get together, but most importantly, it is a family-friendly event. We love to see all the dads that get to come and hang out and understand what their favorite Girl Scout is doing, especially when they see her participate in those various activities. But we know, most importantly, the dads really love attending that Chicago Wolves game. So please be sure to share the information about our upcoming cookie rally. More information is on our website, but you should also have a copy of the cookie rally flyer within your materials. If not, we can definitely get information out to you. If you are the service unit cookie manager, and especially if you're new, welcome. Oh my gosh, we're so excited to have you. But if you're a seasoned service unit cookie manager, well, we all know that you know exactly what to do. But as a refresher, in your role of the service unit cookie manager, your job is to know and communicate your service unit's program cookie goal. You should definitely know about the cookies. You should train your troop leaders and troop cookie managers, encourage them, of course, along the way. You'll ensure that all of the cookie orders are picked up and delivered in a timely manner. You'll help to coordinate your cookie booths. And most importantly, you'll help to ensure that all of our girls are safe and that everyone adheres to the GCNWI policies and procedures. What do you talk about at your troop cookie manager training? There's lots of things, right? You'll definitely want to talk about the cookies, the rewards, and all of the highlights that Ann shared with us tonight. But of course, you'll also want to go over the ACH process, which you'll hear more about shortly, and any opportunity that troops may be looking for as far as how they can participate in the cookie program. But if you're looking for more information, please be sure to check out the Service Unit Cookie Manager Guide. Page 17 gives a list of the many different topics that you can talk about at your upcoming cookie training. But most importantly, you'll want to make sure that your cookie training is fun. Also, the cookies that you received, those raspberry rallies, be sure to distribute those to your troop leaders when they attend your cookie training. You'll also have in your cookie materials as well, you'll have a sampler box. That is one of each variety of cookies. That's a great refreshment to have at your cookie training. But since we're talking about shipments and things like that, let's talk about paperwork. As Ann mentioned, you should have by now received your troop cookies, extra paperwork to you as the service unit cookie manager, and just so you know, materials will be sent to each of your troops as well. You should look for those materials the second week of November. Each troop has received materials based on the number of girls in their troop as of October 18th. Plus, we added a couple of additional packets of troop materials. But should troops run out of materials, they should definitely come to you as the service unit cookie manager to provide those materials. But if you run out, please feel free to let us, the product program team, know so that we can provide you with all the things that you need. And once again, just be sure to schedule a training date for the troop leaders in your service unit. But speaking of training, we have more training coming up. We want to make sure that each and every one of you is equipped with the information that you need. November 30th, we will hold our virtual digital cookie training. That's for parents and leaders. This 1-hour session will cover 45 minutes focused for the parents, and the last 15 minutes are focused towards the leader. We'll have, as I mentioned before, our troop cookie manager training on December 1st. That will be held at 6:30. And we'll have eBuddy training as well, another virtual session. That will be held January 4th at 6:30 p.m. Like with all of our trainings, these training sessions will be recorded and posted to our council website. December 10th is when girls and parents will receive an email letting them know that Digital Cookie is time to get ready. They can start by setting up their Girl Scouts storefront so that they're ready for our cookie launch date. And also on December 10th, eBuddy will open to the volunteers as well. Because once again, in case you missed it, our cookie program kicks off December 15th. I'm going to turn actually extend the baton over to my teammate, Sherry, who's going to talk about all things ACH. Sherry?
Thanks, Angela. Hello, good evening, everybody. We're going to talk real quick about ACH first, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about delivery. ACH is called Automated Clearinghouse. It is a digital transaction between banks, whether putting money in or taking money out. So how we use it is for troops to pay for their cookies. We also use it when we owe troops money or proceeds from each of our programs. We will put money back into the troops account instead of issuing them a check. So basically, it's just a whole lot faster for troops to get their money, and it's easier for us to get our money without having to bother the troop continually about dropping off checks or money or whatever, the old-fashioned way. Next slide, please. So as Angela mentioned earlier, ACH forms are due December 1st, but for anybody participating in the fall product program, a lot of them have turned in their ACH information already, and ACH information is basically just banking. And so a lot of them are already set and ready to go for the cookie program. They only need to turn it in one time, and it is one time per year. So if they did not turn it in last year, if they did turn it in last year, they'll still have to do it again this year, because we do delete the information before the Girl Scout year begins in October, and then we start fresh. For cookie program, our first sweep is happening on February 17th. That will be 50% of our initial order. And then the second sweep is going to be everything else the troop owes, which is balance due, any cupboard extras, that kind of thing. That's on March 17th. So that's kind of our cleanup sweep when everything should be paid for by the troop. Next slide, thank you. So here's where we're kind of showing you a calculation for ACH sweep amounts. Basically, when we're talking about the initial sweep, so that's the first one, we're talking about the initial order, which we will know in January. So we'll take that initial order, then we'll minus any proceeds because we don't want to touch the proceeds. So in this case, for the troop, it's $90. And then anything that's paid for online via digital cookie. So any digital cookie orders will show up as a payment, and then also the cookies will show up in the initial part of the program under the girl, and then also under on the sales report tab under the cookie part. So everything is auto calculated for you, and it will eBuddy will remove any payments made through digital cookie as if they were payments made on account. So in this example, you can see the $500 was the initial order, minus any proceeds, minus any payments, and it came to $390. And then we're going to take half of that. So there are various ways to get to that half amount, but this is the exact way that eBuddy will calculate it if anybody is trying to calculate themselves. But eBuddy does it for us. And as you can see on the right-hand side on the sales report, in the red box there, it will show what the ACH amount will be for that first sweep. In years previous, we've had a little bit of an issue with it continuing to calculate. So you never quite knew what that first sweep was going to be after the first day when we placed the order. But now it's going to freeze in place and it will not change until after we do the first sweep. I think that's pretty convenient. I really like that it does that now. It makes it easy for everybody to know exactly what the amount is that will be removed. So if a troop does not have the funds for the ACH sweep, either one of the ACH sweeps actually, they can fill out an ACH adjustment form. And there's various reasons for a troop to do that. Either they've had a girl not give them money, or they've had a lot of booth cookies ordered, or they haven't got to the bank yet. I mean, there could be any number of reasons. And we really don't ask for the first sweep why a troop needs to have an adjustment. We just grant the adjustment. But while granting that adjustment, we will also ask the troop for a 25% payment of what is due for their initial sweep. So in years past, troops would just put in, I'm not paying anything, you can't take anything, and then everything would be swept at the end of the program. But now we are asking for 25% of what that amount would be in order to accept the ACH adjustment. That is something new. It's in the books. You can find it in the Troop Manager Guide. If anybody has any questions about that, I'm happy to talk to them about it offline. We don't do that in the second sweep. That's only for the first. So in the second sweep, an ACH adjustment will buy a troop 2 weeks to get their act together, whether it be to finish selling cookies or put money in the bank or collect from girls, whatever it is. It'll buy them 2 weeks from that sweep date. Anybody who needs additional time after that needs to call or email me directly. We also reserve the right to prosecute if a troop has an unpaid balance. And I am sorry to say, something called cookie debt does exist. And we do try to reduce the amount of that cookie debt every year. That 25% on the initial ACH sweep is part of that. We're going to make troops responsible for at least 25%. And so at the end of the program, troops that do not pay or individuals who do not pay, we will send them to collections, and we also reserve the right to prosecute. And we did do that last year. Just so you all know, we did prosecute a couple of troops last year, and we'll continue to do so as well. Next slide, please. Thank you. So the collection process basically starts with a receipt. All receipts must be written for any time product changes hands or money changes hands. So if anything is going between leaders, between parents and leaders, And either way, whether it's leaders to parent, parent to leader, there should be a receipt written so that you can track when product actually is moving back and forth and what money has come in. And it really comes in handy when you just have people handing you money right and left. You have to count it, write the receipt, and then you won't forget how much money that person actually gave you. And it actually protects all parties. It does the same thing for cookies. When you're giving cookies to a girl or a troop at pickup at service unit delivery, you'll want a receipt then too, because you want to make sure they count, you count, then everybody knows what's going on, and we're sure that everybody has the right amount. Okay. It also helps troops keep track of cookie inventory and outstanding girl balances, because then they'll be able to track exactly what a girl or her parent has paid, and it'll help them get prepared for the sweep by knowing how much money they should also have in their account. So now we'll move on to cookie delivery. We will take questions if you have any about any of the ACH process at the end of the presentation. So right now we'll talk about cookie delivery, which is moving up a week, everybody. January 27th to the 29th. I know Angela's clapping. It's with mixed reviews. I think people just need to get used to it. A lot of volunteers have said the cookie program goes on way too long. So we are shortening it by a week. Normally between order placement and delivery, we have 2 weeks. And yes, I know it helps service units get ready for delivery, but it also extends the program a week. So what we're doing is removing that week, and now delivery will start January 27th. It's the same dates that we normally have, same days of the week, same number of days. It's just everything's moved up a week. We will get everybody delivery information as soon as we can, and we'll talk about that here in another slide. Thank you. So we have a couple of different delivery methods that we'll talk about here in just a second. Your online delivery station request form is due November 1st. It has always been due November 1st, and I know a lot of you have a hard time getting your locations, but I'm going to ask you to seriously try hard to get it to me on or around November 1st. We do need it to be able to tell eBuddy where to send your cookies, which delivery agent. We have 3 of them now. We don't just have the 2. And so we need to make sure, because our time frame is so much shortened, we need to tell eBuddy where those cookies are going much sooner. So if you could do me a favor and try as hard as you can to get your delivery information in by November 1st, I would truly appreciate that. If you're having any issues with that, please do give me a call. Let me know what's going on, and we'll try and work through them. Next slide, please, Angela. Thank you. So let's talk about the different varieties of delivery. Most service units have started out with a service unit delivery station, where a truck will show up at the location of your choice on the day and time of your choice, and they will offload everything. You will count, they will count again, just to make sure, sign that receipt. And then once they leave, you sort out all of your troops' cookies. That's how it should happen. And then in the end, everybody comes and picks up. Unfortunately, what sometimes happens is service units don't count everything out before they start letting things go. And then we end up with miscounts or lost cookies. So the only way to ensure that you know you have the right amount of cookies is to sort everything and not release anything until you're done. Then you can find the mistake a whole lot easier than once the cookies are gone. So that's a delivery station. You can take your time. You have the liberty of doing it as slowly or as quickly as you want, because it's your own location. When we're talking about a drive-through, it's more a timed delivery. The cookies go straight from a truck into a car. You have to supply volunteers on the ground to move those cookies from point A to point B. There should be a station at the end to recount everything and make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. Excuse me, but it takes a fraction of the time. There is a minimum of 2,000 to 2,500 cases needed for an individual drive-through. So oftentimes we group service units together. If you're interested in this and you don't have that many cookies in your service unit order, I would be happy to find another location close to you where you two can buddy up, and that way have your own drive-through one after the other at the same location. We do that a lot. So really, if you have any questions or have never seen a drive-through, let me know. I can send you a video on how it looks as well. Next slide, please. So service unit delivery step 1 is to complete that delivery station request form by November 1st. Step 2 is I will confirm with you. We'll have a schedule within a couple of weeks, and I will confirm with you a tentative date and time for your location. Then once we get closer to order placement, we'll get a final schedule. And after order placement, you'll be able to print your tickets. And then after that, take delivery and distribute all your products to your troops. Of course, counting. But this year, because there's only a week between order placement and delivery, there may be some slight changes to the schedule based on the size of service unit orders. We're anticipating and building some numbers into our deliveries because we think everybody's just going to have a blockbuster year. So we're adding about 10 or 20% to everybody's orders when we're considering the schedule, but we might have to do some last minute changes, and we'll let you know about those as soon as we can after order placement. Back to you, Angela.
Thank you so much, Sherry. Super exciting to hear about all the new things as it relates to ACH. I'm excited because delivery happens earlier than it has in the past. So, but most importantly, let's talk about goals, because that's really where the excitement is. As we all know, goal setting is important as it relates to not only the cookie program, but life, right? So, but when it comes to the cookie program, goal setting, we all know that our girls have a plan, and how they start to put their cookie plan together is that they look at certain things like that awesome cookie cookie order card and the whole reward layout. Girls typically may look to set their goals by like which reward item they're looking to earn, and that's something that troops should consider when they're working with their Girl Scouts is like get those order cards. Ask each girl what reward is of interest to her. And then she can circle that item. And then as she goes throughout the cookie program, she can kind of like have that visual there of what she's working towards. We also know that our girls also set their goals by perhaps the number of packages that they're looking to sell. Like maybe last year they sold 1,000 packages, and this year they're looking to sell maybe 500 more, right? So not only rewards, not only packages that they set their goals by, but they also have personal sales goals too. Like maybe the Girl Scout is in a friendly competition with her sister Girl Scout, or maybe even her own sister who's a Girl Scout. Maybe she wants to sell 50 more packages than her Girl Scout buddy. But whatever it is, we want to support all of our Girl Scouts and whatever goal it is that they have set for themselves. Definitely encourage them to reach high and most importantly, just to do their best. We know that troops have goals too, right? So maybe the troop is planning a camping adventure this year, or maybe the troop is planning to fund a service project as well. So the girls have a goal and the troop has a goal too. And together they can work towards reaching or even exceeding that goal. But how do they do it? There are a number of ways that our Girl Scouts and troops can participate in the cookie program. We know that each and every one of our girls and troops is very creative. Many girls, believe it or not, are still using a telephone, right, to contact family and friends and letting them know that their cookie business is now open. They also use texting and, of course, as we know, social media as well. Digital cookie these days is one of the #1 ways that our Girl Scouts are reaching out to their prospective customers and obtaining those orders. Digital cookie makes it easy, not only for the Girl Scout, but her customer. She simply sends her customer a link to her storefront. The customer decides how many packages of cookies they are looking to purchase, and then using their credit card, they pay for their cookies to have them either shipped or delivered by their favorite Girl Scout. We also know as well, girls in many neighborhoods are still going door to door with their order card. This is super helpful. And sometimes girls even leave a door hanger behind at their neighbor's home, just in case the neighbor isn't home, but they know that customer or that neighbor may be interested in supporting their Girl Scout cookie business. We know that there are cookie booths too. I know that I personally love to see our Girl Scouts out within our council at their cookie booths. Of course, many times when they're asking me, would you like to purchase some Girl Scout cookies? I most importantly ask them, well, what are you going to do with the money that your troop earns? What is your goal for this year? It is so interesting to hear all of the conversations about what each and every girl in their troop plans to do. And of course, I purchase my Girl Scout cookies while I'm there too. We know that our girls are very philanthropic, so we have an opportunity for supporters to support their Girl Scouts through the Gift of Caring program. Troops sometimes have a Gift of Caring box at their booth site, and cookies that are used at that at the booth site that are collected for Gift of Caring can be donated to perhaps a local firehouse, a nursing home, or whatever organization that Girl Scout chooses. But since we're talking about the Gift of Caring program, in case you didn't know, once again, it's an opportunity for a supporter to support our military personnel, our community organizations, our essential workers, and of course, our Girl Scouts at the same time. When supporters donate to our Gift of Caring program, our council program, the council takes care of distributing the cookie packages to various and many organizations throughout our council and beyond. Last year, we aimed high and were able to distribute over 285,000 packages near and far. And each recipient of those cookies was tremendously grateful for all the hard work that they know our Girl Scouts do, and most importantly, to have that tasty treat. Also, we have our Gift of Caring business support segment of our Gift of Caring program. This is when a business can help to support our Girl Scout and as she works towards her goal. On our website, we will have a form that can be printed and or downloaded, basically. And the Girl Scout can take that form and maybe she may want to write a note or a letter and send that out to a business of her choice. Many of our Girl Scouts have actually dropped this form off at a dentist office, a doctor's office, and even a car dealership. Again, it's like whatever business that they choose. They should leave that form with the business. The business will decide how they wish to support the Girl Scout, and the business must send that form back to our council at the address located on the form. This helps to ensure that the Girl Scout not only receives the appropriate credit, but also that we, as the council, properly acknowledge that business for their support. There are different levels where a business can donate to, and based on the level of donation, they receive a little bit something extra too for their generous contribution. But what do the girls or the troops get, I should say, by participating in the cookie program? Our cookie packages are $5 per package, and Daisies and Brownies receive 90 cents per package sold, along with rewards. But our older girl troops, that is juniors, cadets, senior, and ambassador troops, have the option of 90 cents per package in proceeds and rewards, or to opt out of rewards for $1 in proceeds, and they will receive the patches and charms only. One thing I want to note at this time is that sometimes many troops may receive the rewards and maybe they don't know what to do with them. Well, believe it or not, many of our troops actually donate the rewards that they've earned to organizations like shelters or even foster homes as well. I see that number increasing as we continue out through the various years of our Girl Scout cookie program. And recipients, once again, are tremendously grateful. But whatever proceed plan the troop chooses, remember that it is a troop decision. Please be sure to have the buy-in of all the girls in the troop. Now, in the event a Girl Scout misses the meeting where that decision was made, please be sure to communicate the troop decision to the Girl Scout and her parent and help them to understand how and why the decision was made. But we talked about girl goals, we talked about troop goals. Let's talk about service unit cookie goals. Each and every one of you should have received your service unit cookie goals at this time. Be sure to share that goal with the troops in your service unit. Devise a plan as to how you can work towards that goal. Many times, the service unit will perhaps divvy up the goal based on the number of troops. And then maybe the troop will divvy that goal based on the number of girls in their troop. Whatever it is, together, you can work towards your service unit goal. Discuss the different ways that you can work towards that goal. You guys are all creative, and I've heard some creative ideas over the past couple of days. All the way, encourage your troop leaders and your girls along the way. Remember, goals are things to work towards. And remember, in all the work we do, it's all about our girls, right? So in the event that your service unit reaches and or exceeds your service unit goal, well, what do you get? Well, the service unit can actually earn a bonus. If you reach or exceed 100% of your 2023 cookie program goal, the service unit will receive 12 cents per cookie case sold. Reach or exceed 105% of your 2023 cookie program goal, you'll receive 25 cents per cookie case sold. Now, I'm sure many of you have been checking your M2 dashboard during the fall product program, so you probably know whether or not your service unit reached and or exceeded your service unit goal. If you have, then and you have one foot in the door, right? You're halfway there. But if you've achieved 100% or more of your fall product goal for 2022, and you reach or exceed 105% of your cookie program goal, your service unit will receive 35 cents per cookie case sold. A check will come to the service unit for that service unit bonus. And what do you do with that? Well, we've heard some great ideas. You can have a recruitment event, maybe an ice cream social, maybe a service unit camp event. I know the ideas are endless, and I can't wait to hear all the exciting things that you plan to do this year. I believe last year we gave out about $65,000 in the service unit bonus. So I know that we'll exceed that number after this year's cookie program. But let's quickly move on and let's talk about the second phase of the cookie program. This is the part I'm also super excited about. Why? Because that's when our cookie cupboards open. We know that at cookie cupboards, if a troop is having a booth site, where do they get the cookies? At a cookie cupboard. If you need more cookies to help fulfill a customer's order, stop by the cookie cupboard. We are definitely looking forward to seeing you starting January 30th through March 13th. We will once again have cookie cupboards at our gathering place-like locations and also at some volunteer residences. The cookie cupboard schedule will become available in January. One thing I want to let everyone know tonight is that we will actually have a late night this year for our cookie cupboard. It will be on Thursday nights. But more information about the hours of operation coming soon. And please note that locations and processes related to our cookie cupboards are subject to change. Also, at our gathering place cookie cupboards, we will once again have our Goal Getter program. It's a great way for parents and or leaders to place an order online through our online retail shop. You'll log in, you'll place your cookie order, you'll pay for it, you'll select the location, date and time that you would like to pick up your order, and we actually fill the order to the package. And that's all you have to do. It's just come and pick it up after it's paid for, and of course you've placed your order. We at the council will take care of making sure that those cookies are allocated to the appropriate Girl Scout. And like we have in years past, if a Goal Getter order is 15 packages or more in one transaction, that Girl Scout will receive right there on the spot her Goal Getter patch. We always love seeing all the patches that the girls have earned on their vest or sashes. Digital Cookie will continue in the second phase of our cookie program. I'm excited for you guys to hear all of the exciting things at our upcoming digital cookie training as it relates to the digital cookie portion of our program. But one thing to note that in the second phase of our cookie program, there are 3 ways that a girl can get her girl delivered orders fulfilled. You all will have remaining inventory from the initial order period that you can use to fulfill those second phase digital cookie girl delivered orders. You'll want to be sure that when you fulfill that order, that you allocate those cookie packages to the Girl Scout. Because remember, the customer has already paid for those cookies, so there's no money for you to collect. You can also conduct a troop-to-troop exchange. Sister troops can exchange cookies because we know that some troops may have one variety that the other troop does not. And again, you'll want to make sure that you allocate those cookies to the appropriate Girl Scout. And finally, you have the option of fulfilling those orders through a transaction in eBuddy. You can simply place an eBuddy transaction for the individual packages needed and pick those up, or at least indicate who you would like to pick up that particular cookie order. But once again, more information about our digital cookie program on November 30th. So we can't wait to see you there virtually. But now I'm going to turn it over to my teammate Conchetta, who's going to talk about all things Cookie Booths. Conchetta?
I am here. I'm very excited about Cookie Booths. And so next slide, Angela. You guys know, and maybe not, we have the 3 Cookie Booth signups, with the first one being January the 8th. At that time, troops can sign up for 2 booth locations. The next week, Sunday, they can sign up for 2 more. And then the final Sunday, they can sign up for unlimited booths at that time. My sales will open this year on January 29th. And we ask that if you have a sale, if you have a relationship with a store, of your beauty salon, garage, or whatever, that you send that and put that information in eBuddy so that we know that you have a cookie booth going on at that time. I know a lot of times people want to not put their information in and just go out and do it, but it really helps if you put it in the eBuddy tool. Also, for that first sign up, when you're turning in your booth schedulers, if you have your booth scheduler in, anything that's in eBuddy or that you've given to us by that Thursday, I think that's January 5th or 6th, anything that's in by 5 p.m., we will guarantee that it will be on that first sign up January 8th. And then every week we will input twice a week to make sure that things are in for the Sunday. After those signups, after January 22nd, as you send us the booth scheduler, we will continue to input. Our booth sites, our booth weekends start February 3rd, and the last one, the 6th one, is March 12th, is actually the last day of booths. So we have some locations that are considered council locations, and those are the ones that we ask that you guys do not go after, because we actually secure them for you, with the malls being one that I actually secure. And I've already started getting them working on the lease agreements now, and they'll be put in eBuddy for the very first weekend. If we have the information back, and all of the malls will be in for that first weekend. For Walmart, there's a new process that GSUSA has put in place at the request of actually Walmart. There's a reservation tool that we at the council will have to do some things on our end, and then it would be put in eBuddy for you. So we ask that you do not approach the Walmart locations until we've given you the go ahead to do that. Other than that, those locations will be put in eBuddy. You can go after, if you go after Sam's Club or anything like that, you can go ahead and go and try to get booths there. Just don't go after Walmart right now. So we heard you. We're, continuing to try to take things off your plate. Just like last year, we have Selena, who will be working with us with reaching out to the jewel locations. There's actually a sheet. I think Sherry Millard was going to try to put it in the chat box. If she can't get it in there, we will make sure that you get this sheet. Selena needs some information from you. If you have a relationship with a jewel in your area, or you are going to reach out to the jewel, that information is you put on that sheet and get it back to Selena. And then she will reach out to you and you guys can put together the plan for actually getting the jewel location. Okay, for my sales, those are, like I said earlier, those are sites where you may have a special connection to, a store or a hair salon or whatever. And it's suitable for one booth, one troop, and not necessarily a bunch of troops to go through it. That's what my sale is. And we encourage you to, if you like, to find, my sales. And this is one that is close to Susan's heart. She's not here tonight, so I have the honor of talking about it. But Loop site is, that day is coming back. It's March 29th, April 4th, and April 6th. And what the Loop sites sale is, that's where we take over the high-rise buildings in downtown Chicago in the West Loop. And these sites are negotiated exclusively here with us. And we ask that you do not approach any of the buildings, even if you have a personal relationship or you actually working on the buildings. Please contact Susan and you guys work together. This is the time where we provide the cookies for you. Do not bring your own cookies that you have left over there. This is where we provide the cookies, and then we take back anything at the end of the day that you don't actually sell during the day. The online commitment forms are accepted through January 2nd through January the 4th. And those go quickly. So if this is something that you're interested in doing, it is a full day commitment. So if this is something you're interested in doing, make sure that you get that commitment form in during that timeline.
Awesome. Thanks so much, CJ. I can't wait for booth season to begin. But to help troops prepare for the booth site, they will need a credit card processor. Many of you have, or troops have, credit card processors perhaps already. One option that the council offers is Clover. It's a standalone POS. We take care of the credit card fees associated with Clover. It's important to note that with Clover, it should be used for customer cookie purchases only, not for membership dues, not for any of that. Because guess what? Carl will actually come after you and tap you on the shoulder about any of those types of transactions. So you'll want to make sure that any of the transactions that take place as it relates to the Clover are actually cookie transactions. But a credit card processor that's even easier to use is the Digital Cookie app. For many reasons. One, the cookie app is attached, of course, to our Girl Scouts cookie store. And then she can take the orders from there. She can actually share the link with someone who may not be ready to purchase cookies at that time. She can use the credit card processor to scan the information related to the customer's cookie order and take payment for that. And what's even most important is that that information drops right into eBuddy. So it's super easy. I kind of call it the one-stop shop. So that's something to definitely consider. And then once again, the council will take care of the fees associated with girls using the Digital Cookie app. Now we know our girls are aiming high for all of those great rewards, and the troop is aiming high for all of those proceeds. We are honored to always have in our council our top cookie sellers. This past year's top cookie sellers are Jada, her sister Juliana, we have Bella, we have Bristol, and we have Sid. Congratulations to each and every one of these girls for becoming this year's Cookie CEOs. We celebrate all of our Girl Scouts, whether they've sold one package or a million packages. So congratulations to each and every one of them. Tonight, we've shared a ton of information with you, and we know that you're not going to remember all of this, but there are even more resources should you need them. Please look to your service unit and your troop cookie guides. Be sure to look at our council website as well. We're constantly adding tons of great information related to this year's cookie program that will not only help you out as a volunteer, but it will also help the girls and the parents too. Anne mentioned the super awesome Little Brownie website as well. Check that out because there's tons of great information on that, especially as it relates to how to sell cookies, great social media toolkits, there's rally activities, and just so much more. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Be sure to check out our council's YouTube page because we will have videos posted there and on our website. I mentioned the social media kit. We'll have an activity guide. When time comes for the initial order period, we will open up the lines for open mic night for leaders, especially those who are new, to just get all of their cookie related questions for that period of time answered. Be on the lookout for more information about our cookie chats as well. Those will be hosted this year by our regional volunteers who are actually peers or volunteers like yourself who are actually your peers, and you'll hear more from them throughout this year's cookie program. If you need more girl materials, we have them. So please be sure to reach out to us at Product Program and we'll get you what it is that you need. But if you need a person to actually talk to, know that you can reach out to us, your Product Program team. We're here to help. And as I mentioned, the regional volunteers as well. Be sure to send us an email at productprogram@girlscoutsgcnwi.org. We respond pretty quickly as it relates to all of your cookie questions that are sent that way. But we love to talk to you too. So feel free to give us a call at 855-I-LOVE-GS. That's 855-456-8347, extension 6722. And if you haven't, be sure to follow us on our Product Program Facebook page as well. We know that Girl Scout cookies are loved by millions. And what's most important, our customers can't wait to place their Girl Scout cookie order. So before we open the lines for any questions right now, believe it or not, we actually have a drawing tonight. So Val, are you ready to announce our 7 winners?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome. So we have 7 winners for this evening. The first one is Diana Suver from Service Unit 462. We also have Melissa Henderson from Service Unit 306, Samantha Jocelyn from 325, Nicole Anderson from 703, Erica Pesky from 510, Amy Isidore from 299, and last but not least, Erin Ethington from 412.
Awesome.
We'll be receiving those packages hopefully over the weekend or first thing during next week.
Thanks so much, Val, for taking care of that. Thanks each and every one of you for joining us tonight. Again, we can't say it enough. We thank you for all the work that you're doing out there to help support each and every one of our Girl Scouts.